Welcome back to Joe Stunner Boxing. Every great fighter, well, maybe not all of them. Some, I suppose, a few retire undefeated, but every great fighter normally fights on beyond the point where they perhaps should have quit at the top. And you see flashes of the old brilliance, but it's just not enough to get them through against younger, hungrier fighters. And such was the case with Sergey Kovalev. He fought Robin Safar, who's undefeated. Safar outpointed him. Safar moves to 17 wins, no draws and no defeats. This was a 10-rounder. Safar's got 12 KOs, so he hits quite hard. He's from Sweden, 31 years old. Kovalev is 40. And Safar punctuated this fight in the last 10 seconds of the 10th round because he clipped Kovalev with a left hook, and as Kovalev fell backwards, dropped his guard, and then Safar brought a right hand over. Kovalev did very well to get up, and then the bell rang and saved him. But apart from that, Kovalev was pretty much second best in most of the rounds. I think I had this, was it 98, 91 it would be. I had 8 rounds to 2 for Safar. And it wasn't that Kovalev looked shot. He looked diminished, but he was taking some heavy blows, some heavy single shots throughout the fight. And he still showed, some decent legs. He showed a decent jab. He's always had a great jab. But this was at cruiserweight, and this was Kovalev's only the second time Kovalev has fought at cruiserweight. And this was only his second fight in 5 years. As you know, I'm sure you know, he was a long time light heavyweight champion, very, very good light heavyweight champion, and should be remembered as such. I mean, he won the IBF title, the WBA title. He was a 3-time WBO champ, and he also held some nonsense called the WBC, what was it, Super Championship or some, I don't know, some fucking crap. I'll get sick of these stupid pointless belts. The Diamond title, I think it was called, whatever the hell that is. But there's no doubt, as a light heavyweight, I mean, he beat some terrific guys. He beat John Pascal twice, stopped him twice. He won his first title against Nathan Cleverly in Wales. He had 2 fights with Andre Ward. A lot of people think he should have won the first one on points. Floored Ward in the second round. In the second one, he got done by body punches in 8 rounds. He claims that the punches were low. Then he carried on. He split 2 fights with Aleida Alvarez, got knocked out in the 7th round. Then won on points, the rematch. Then he fought Anthony Yard, had a hellish, 5th round, where Yard almost had him out of there. Then he got knocked out by Saul Alvarez, Canelo himself. But I think he stayed at 175 for way too long and boiled himself down. The Canelo fight came only, I think it was 11 weeks after the Yard fight. The Yard fight was tough. But if you're struggling to make weight and that last few pounds, you're having to sort of grind it off, sweat it off, it can be absolutely hellish and it can leave you totally diminished. And when Kovalev talked about just having absolutely no energy towards the end of his light heavyweight career, I mean, I believe him. I do believe, because as you age, as you get older, and he fought until his, late 30s. Well, no, that's not true. His mid-30s as a light heavyweight. You just, it's more difficult to take weight off because you put it on naturally. Now, having said that, at cruiserweight, his punch resistance seemed to be greatly improved. Like I say, Safar, who's got good KO percentage, he was landing some very good single punches, and Kovalev was taking them. But of course, you're fighting bigger men. He didn't look like he carried the power up to cruiserweight, either against Tervel Pulev, who he beat in 2022, or against Safar. Like I say, the jab was still good. As for Safar, this was his big chance, to get a name on his record, albeit a diminished one. He showed some very, very good body work, some good skills, but he wasn't busy enough. He just wasn't busy enough. He wasn't, I don't know whether it was, 10 rounds. I mean, he's done 12 rounds before, I think. Is this the first time he's done 10 rounds? I remember looking at his box record previously. I'm not sure. I mean, this might have been the first time he was doing 10. Maybe that's the reason why he wasn't quite as busy as he should have been. But certainly, he's a big cruiser. He's 6'3". He probably has to sort of watch the weight. And against Kovalev, who this was only his second fight at cruiserweight, Kovalev looks between weights. He looks like a guy who's probably like a 185-pound fighter, maybe 180. And Safar looks much bigger, younger. He's like I say, he's 31 to Kovalev's 40. He got the highlight reel thing at the end of the 10th round, but I would like to have seen him do that earlier. I would like to have seen him step on the gas, step on the pedal, go through the gears and get the much older man out of there, the smaller man out of there. And Kovalev's still showing a lot of experience, still showing some decent skills. He just couldn't really do anything with Safar, and Safar was he was always, a step ahead, a punch ahead. You know what I mean? It was a little bit sad to see Kovalev at that point of his career. I hope he retires now. What else can he do? He was a great champ at light heavyweight. He ain't going to win any world titles at cruiserweight. Get out while you've got your marbles. I'm sure he's made a bit of money. Hopefully he's looked after it. And, maybe become a trainer, become a corner man of some sort, but if you want to stay in boxing, stay in it in a different way. And don't just sell your soul for paychecks against guys who you could have splattered when you were in your prime. But yeah, tell me what you think of this fight if you saw it. I'm sure you had Safar winning. What do you think about Safar? I think the jury's still out. I think he's got skills, but at 31, is he going to get any better? Probably not. And I'd like to have seen him do a few more, go through a few more gears. You know what I mean? Anyway, thank you for your time. Comments below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, please. Hit the like button as well, and I will speak to you soon. Bye for now.